You got 24 hours to respond, or I'm pulling up. That's the line that set the internet on fire. A direct, no-filter threat from none other than Blueface, and it wasn't just for clout. It was aimed straight at NLE Choppa. And trust us, this isn't just another rap beef. This is personal. This is violent. This is street rules applied to celebrity life. And it's unfolding in real time. What started as subtle jabs on social media has now exploded into a full-blown war between two of the most unpredictable, volatile, and outspoken artists in the game. But here's the part that has fans stunned. Blueface isn't asking for an apology. He's demanding a fade. That's right. He wants a one-on-one, hands-only fight. No security, no cameras, just fists and fury. And if NLE Choppa doesn't respond in 24 hours, Blueface says he's coming to find him. Meanwhile, NLE Choppa is moving suspiciously silent. No tweets, no live, no diss track, and fans are losing their minds trying to figure out what sparked this sudden explosion. Did NLE Choppa cross a serious line behind the scenes? Or is Blueface using this as a last-ditch power move to reclaim his street credibility? We've got the alleged DMS, the deleted tweets, and the insider tea that may reveal the real reason this fight challenge just went public. And what we've uncovered? It goes way deeper than rap. With past betrayals, hidden recordings, and a woman caught in the middle who might have triggered it all. The hip-hop world has seen its share of wild beefs, but this one, it's different. It's raw, it's unfiltered, and it's personal. Because when Blueface sent that viral message challenging NLE Choppa to a fade, it didn't come from a studio or some flashy stage. It came straight from the trenches, with rage in his voice and vengeance in his heart. But where did all this begin? What exactly made Blueface, who's no stranger to controversy, go from laid-back trolling to openly threatening a street fight with NLE Choppa? Was it just music? Ego? Or is there something deeper brewing behind the scenes? To understand this explosive showdown, we need to rewind the clock and look at the messy, complicated, and sometimes downright shady past between these two. Let's start with Blueface. Once hailed as one of the most chaotic voices in the new wave of West Coast rap, Blueface rose to fame off the back of viral energy, offbeat flows, and wild controversies. From his bizarre bust-down Thotiana explosion to his reality show-style drama with Chrissy and Rock, the Blueface has always thrived on attention and conflict. But behind the jokes and antics, people forget. Blueface really is about that life. He didn't just come from the streets. He stayed street even after the fame hit. And when he says fade, he means real hands. No joke, no promo. Then there's NLE Choppa. The Memphis-born rapper made his mark with energy, aggression, and a spiritual rebrand that took fans by surprise. In recent years, he's painted himself as more grounded, talking about health, meditation, veganism, and spiritual awakening. But don't let the herbal teas fool you. Choppa still carries that Memphis fire, and when challenged, he doesn't exactly back down. Now, here's where things start heating up. This beef isn't some random social media scuffle. It's not just about one diss line or a misunderstood tweet. And the tension between Blueface and NLE Choppa has been simmering quietly for over a year. And only now is it exploding in public. Let's talk about the woman in the middle. Multiple sources point to a very specific incident that set this whole feud on fire. And her name is being whispered all over hip-hop blogs, Chrissy and Rock. Yes, that Chrisian, Blueface's on-again, off-again chaos partner and the center of some of the most toxic relationship headlines in recent memory. According to alleged insiders, NLE Choppa and Chrisian crossed paths months ago at a club appearance. At the time, Blueface and Chrisian were on a break, and there were rumors, whispers that Choppa had slid into her DMS. Nothing was ever confirmed. No receipts, just subtle shade. But fast forward to now, everything is blowing up. Like a clip recently resurfaced of NLE Choppa on Live, laughing with his boys and making what fans are calling a sneaky dig at Blueface. The line? "You can't cuff what don't want to be cuffed. You feel me?" It was vague, but the internet ran with it. Comments exploded. People tagged Blueface. And just hours later, he posted that now infamous video where he says, "You got 24 hours, bro. You know what it is. I don't do no back and forth. Pull up or shut up. Let's run that fade." And then came the real twist. Blueface deleted the video, but not before fans screen recorded it and spread it everywhere. It hit Twitter, TikTok, IG Reels, even YouTube Shorts. In less than 6 hours, it had been viewed over 12 million times. Now let's not forget, these two had previous tension even before the Christian drama. Back in 2023, both Blueface and NLE Choppa were booked for the same festival, and according to a backstage security guard, things got awkward fast. Rumors swirled that Blueface requested his green room be moved because he wasn't trying to deal with fake positivity. What does that even mean? Well, fans think it was about NLE Choppa's holier-than-thou energy, acting like he was too enlightened to speak on street stuff anymore, while still throwing subliminal shots in his music. And then there's the business drama. Allegedly, a mutual label contact tried to get both rappers on a track together early last year. But the collab never happened. According to leaks, Choppa refused, claiming Blueface's image was too messy and he didn't want to be associated with drama. Word got back to Blueface, and he reportedly never forgot it. Now here we are. Blueface on live calling Choppa out, not for a song, not for a diss track, but for a real fight. What makes this even crazier is how quiet NLE Choppa has been. Normally, he's quick to respond. He claps back, he jokes, he drops a freestyle. But now, radio silence. And that silence is making fans nervous. Some think he's just ignoring the drama. Others think he's plotting his response. And a few believe Choppa's camp might be advising him to stay quiet for legal reasons. Because if this gets physical, everything online becomes evidence. But Blueface? He's not slowing down. In a follow-up story, he said, "I'll fight dude on livestream. No gloves, no headgear. Just me and him like real men. You got a mouth? Now let's see if you got hands." And that line alone, "Let's see if you got hands," has already become a meme, a t-shirt slogan, and a full-blown trend on Twitter. So where does this all lead? Will Choppa respond? Will this become a real fight, or just more internet noise? And what other secrets might spill if these two really go head-to-head? This wasn't supposed to escalate like this. Not in public, not on camera, and definitely not with threats flying every hour like clockwork. But when Blueface says, "You got 24 hours," it's not just a countdown. It's a declaration, a dare, a war cry from a man who's felt disrespected, provoked, and ready to explode. And while fans thought this was just about a couple of subliminals and a few DMs, what's coming next makes it crystal clear. This entire beef was just the tip of an iceberg that's been building for months. Because the truth? This isn't about one Instagram Live or one woman. It's about betrayal, clout games, and an alleged private phone call that completely flipped Blueface's world and brought him to the edge of an all-out street-level brawl with NLE Choppa. Let's break it down. The alleged phone call that lit the fuse. According to a verified blogger on Hip Hop Pulse, the real catalyst behind Blueface's violent challenge wasn't even that cryptic Choppa livestream or the DM situation with Chrissy Rock. No, it was a phone call. A call that Blueface wasn't supposed to hear. Here's the story. And remember, this is all based on leaked audio and insider claims, but the internet is running wild with it. An unnamed rapper, allegedly close to both Blueface and Choppa, was on a call with NLE Choppa late last week. What Choppa didn't know was that this rapper had Blueface on speaker. And during the convo, Choppa reportedly said something that sent Blueface into full red alert mode. That dude's career been dead. He ain't got hits no more. He's surviving off reality TV and baby mama drama. I ain't worried about him. According to the leak, Blueface stayed quiet while listening. But the moment he hung up, he flipped a table, told his team to start recording, and demanded to go live within the hour. And that's when we got the viral 24-hour fade call-out. That little video? That wasn't spur of the moment. That was retaliation. That was vengeance. That was Blueface's way of saying, "You've been talking behind my back? Cool. Now you can back it up." In person. Why Blueface took it personally. Say what you want about Blueface. Messy, wild, controversial. But the one thing he's always stood on is respect. And in his mind, NLE Choppa broke the code. Not because of a woman, not because of clout, but because of disrespect. And worse, laughing about it behind closed doors while smiling in public. In a second, now deleted post, Blueface doubled down. "I ain't got a problem with Choppa getting love, but don't try to play me like I ain't done more for this game than you. I paved lanes you walking in now." That line alone had fans split. Some agreed, reminding the world that Blueface's chaotic come-up did shake the game back in 2019, and he was doing viral before TikTok even had a grip on rap. Others said Blueface was living in the past, and Choppa had passed him a long time ago. But no matter which side you're on, one thing is clear. This ain't just music anymore. This is personal. The Choppa silence strategy, or something else. Since Blueface dropped the Fade Challenge, fans have been refreshing non-stop for a response from NLE Choppa. But what's wild? There's been nothing. No tweet, no story, no TikTok clapback, no diss track snippet. Just silence. And that silence is getting louder by the hour. But here's where things get messy. Some fans think NLE Choppa's staying quiet because his legal team got involved. An unconfirmed post on Reddit from a user claiming to work for a digital PR firm says, "Choppa was advised not to engage, record, or comment. His next move will come in the form of a statement or controlled narrative, not social media chaos." Translation: he's playing chess, not checkers. But others think he's dodging the smoke. TikTok is currently flooded with memes using Blueface's voiceover yelling 24 hours over footage of clocks ticking down, not Choppa doing yoga, or boxing montages with sarcastic captions like, "When you manifest peace, but the ops manifest chaos." And it's only adding more pressure for Choppa to either show up or officially back out, which, in rap culture, is a dangerous look. A surprise celebrity enters the chat. Just when the beef looked like it was locked between two men, a surprise third voice stepped in. And fans did not expect it. Soulja Boy, yes, him. In a completely unsolicited livestream, Soulja Boy chimed in, "Y'all talking about Blueface and NLE? Man, I'll fade both of them. Ain't nobody swinging harder than Big Draco." Fans thought it was a joke, until he posted training videos. Then he added fuel to the fire with this. "Blueface don't want real smoke. Choppa still wet behind the ears. Set up the triple match. I'll knock them both out." Now, obviously Soulja's known for trolling. But the fact that he got more engagement in 2 hours than Blueface or Choppa's last few posts combined, that's got labels and platforms watching closely. There are now rumors swirling that a celebrity boxing promoter reached out to all three artists, and one unnamed YouTube personality, to negotiate a live pay-per-view match. But Blueface responded quickly to that idea. "I said I want a real fade, not a promo, not a camera crew, just him and me. If he want to dance on TV, that's his lane. I'm talking real hands, real dirt. So don't expect him to agree to a ring. This ain't for show. This is about blood." The first major twist, the alleged video that could end it all. Just when we thought we had all the facts, a leaked DM popped up on Twitter. And if it's real, it could be the smoking gun that explains everything. The message, sent to a hip-hop blogger from an anonymous source, claims, "There's a video of Choppa saying some wild things about Blue and Chrisian, like bad, real disrespectful. He thought it was a private snap, but it got screen recorded. If it drops, this whole thing is gonna explode. No one's seen the video yet, but multiple fan accounts claim they've seen screenshots. One user described it like this: "It's Choppa in a studio joking with his boys. They're mocking Blueface's voice, imitating Christian's laugh, and talking about cleaning up the rap game from clowns." If that's real, it's not just shade. It's open mockery. And it might be the real reason Blueface snapped the way he did. So now, all eyes are on the clock. Ticking, counting down. Will the video drop? Will Choppa finally respond? Will this fade actually happen? Or is someone about to step in, legally, publicly, or physically, before it all spirals out of control? Everything was already spiraling. Blueface had declared war. NLE Choppa had gone quiet. And fans were choosing sides like it was Game of Thrones. But no one was ready for what came next. Because as the countdown ticked closer to that 24-hour mark, something leaked. And it didn't just escalate the beef. It transformed it into a full-blown digital war zone. A video. Blurry. Unedited. Raw. It hit Twitter at 3:16 a.m., posted by an anonymous account with the handle at Industry Plugs. No caption, no tags. Just the words. He said this was private. Guess not. The clip showed NLE Choppa in what looked like a studio lounge, surrounded by his crew mid-conversation. At first, the audio is muffled, just laughter and background music. But then, clear as day, Choppa's voice breaks through. "I don't care if he Blueface or Blue Trap. That man's whole image is built on chaos and women crying. Ain't no legacy in that." One of his friends laughs and says, "You ain't worried he gonna see this?" Choppa responds with a shrug and that Memphis drawl. "Man, he too busy arguing with his baby mama. He ain't got hands like that anyway." That moment detonated the internet. In less than 15 minutes, the clip had 200,000 views. In an hour, it was on every hip-hop page, blog, and reaction channel. The title was unanimous. Choppa disrespects Blueface on camera. Leaked video. Fans were stunned. Not just at what Choppa said, but at the smug, almost bored way he said it. Like Blueface wasn't even a threat worth taking seriously. And like he wasn't a factor. Blueface saw it, and he responded faster than anyone expected. He went live again. But this time, he wasn't yelling. He wasn't pacing or flexing. He was calm. Too calm. Sitting on a bench press in his garage, hands folded, voice low. "You said I ain't got hands? Cool, drop your location. Matter of fact, I'll be in your city tomorrow. Let's see who built what." Then came the final blow. "You got 6 hours left. After that, it's open season." 6 hours. That was all Choppa had. And suddenly everyone watching knew. This wasn't going to stay online much longer. Behind the scenes, more chaos was bubbling. Multiple sources began claiming that the leak came from Choppa's own circle. Not a rival, not a hacker, but someone in the room that night. Someone who recorded the moment, waited for the right time, and dropped it at the peak of the drama. The motive? Unclear. Some say it was for clout. Others believe it was revenge over unpaid studio time. But the betrayal stung. And it didn't stop there. Because just as fans started dissecting every second of that clip, a screenshot of a DM surfaced, sent from Choppa's account to Blueface and quickly deleted. It read, "If you wanted to throw hands, you could have called me direct. All this online flexing makes you look pressed. Be real." The message was posted by Hood T Live, and within minutes, it had nearly 500,000 likes. Fans couldn't believe it. Not only was Choppa acknowledging the fade, he was trying to downplay it after mocking Blueface behind his back. The replies were savage. "You mocked him on cam and now you telling him to call you like y'all boys? You had 24 hours. And now you begging for manners? Too late. This fade is coming." And just like that, the tide shifted. Blueface started gaining massive support, even from people who previously called him messy. His comment sections were flooded with praise. "You standing on business. At least you handle it face to face." He played himself. Meanwhile, Choppa was under fire. Bad. His Twitter replies were pure smoke. His recent posts were overrun with clown emojis. Even his merch drops started getting ratioed. But then, when it looked like he was about to get cooked into oblivion, he fired back. Choppa finally broke his silence. He didn't post a video, no live stream, no freestyle, just a single tweet. "You wanna fight? Bet? Say less." That was it. Fans were shook. Was this confirmation? Was he accepting the fade? Was this fight actually about to go down? People flooded the tweet with wild responses. "Somebody book this immediately. Make it pay-per-view. I'm paying $99.99, no hesitation. Who got the gloves? Who got the ref? Who got the stream link?" Within an hour, #BluefaceVsChoppa was trending globally. Even verified accounts from the boxing world started chiming in. Jake Paul tweeted, "Let me promote this. I'll get 5 million views in a day." Logan responded with, "Only if you're the ref," and fans were losing it. But here's where the twist hits. While all of social media was prepping for the biggest rapper fade in years, an anonymous tip came into the shade chamber, and what it revealed changed everything. According to the source, the real reason Choppa held back wasn't fear. It wasn't legal advice. It wasn't even respect. It was because he was planning his own ambush. Allegedly, Choppa had already secured gym space in Memphis, contacted his own security team, and even reached out to a fight coach. All before he ever sent that DM, the plan? Set up a private fight behind closed doors. No phones, no clout. Just brutal hands and a winner-takes-all pride war. But the leak of the studio video forced him to act early. And now, everything was public. Raw, messy, and unavoidable. Even crazier? Rumors started flying that Blueface already booked his flight, and that he had a camera crew following him. Not for a TV show, but to document the truth, according to someone in his camp. So now the stage is set. Both sides have responded. Both camps are mobilizing. And both rappers are heading for a collision course the internet may not be able to contain. But the final shock? A celebrity fighter, known for stepping in to mediate street beefs, has just reached out privately to both men. He wants to referee. He wants it clean, no weapons, no entourages, just two artists handling it the old-school way. The name hasn't been revealed yet. But once it drops, it might change the tone of everything. Until then, the countdown continues. The internet wasn't just watching. It was taking sides, throwing punches of its own, and turning this rap beef into a full-blown cultural event. What started as Blueface throwing a 24-hour ultimatum turned into a collective obsession. It wasn't just two rappers beefing anymore. It became a battleground of opinions, egos, and digital chaos. And Twitter? It was ground zero. From the moment Choppa tweeted, "You wanna fight? Bet. Say less." The timelines exploded. Fans instantly split into camps, with hashtags flying like bullets in a digital shootout. #Team Blueface was loud. These were the fans who respected the fact that Blueface pulled up with no sneak disses, no ghostwriting, no subliminals, just a direct challenge to throw hands. They flooded the comments with messages like, "He called it like a man, now it's time to settle it like one." At least Blue ain't hiding behind PR statements. You don't say "I want to fade" unless you really about that life. But then came #Team Choppa, rising just as fast. Their argument? Choppa didn't fold. He said bet. That's real G behavior. He moved in silence until he was ready to swing. If he wanted clout, he would have live-streamed his reply. He didn't. He focused. And while the fans were throwing memes and metaphors, the celebrities started speaking. And 50 Cent was one of the first to jump in, reposting a screenshot of Blueface's original video with the caption, "I remember when this used to be handled out back. Good to see some of y'all still got that energy." Boozy jumped on IG Live and said, "I don't care who win the fight, I just want to see him swing. We need this. Rapper's been soft lately." Even Mike Tyson tweeted a side-eye emoji with no caption. And fans took that as a hint he might be the celebrity referee mentioned in the leaks. The tweet racked up over 1 million likes in under 3 hours. On the other end of the spectrum, not everyone was entertained. J. Cole, never one to jump into drama, posted a cryptic message on his story. "We turn pain into poetry, not pay-per-view." That got mixed reactions. Some praised him for taking the high road. Others clowned him for always playing Gandhi when things get spicy. But let's not ignore what was happening on TikTok, because that's where the comedy and chaos truly collided. TikTok creators began recreating the confrontation as if it were an anime duel. Others used AI voice filters to fake calls between Blueface and Choppa like it was a GTA mission. One viral clip, using Choppa's leaked line, "He ain't got hands like that anyway," over a clip of Blueface sparring, hit 9.6 million views overnight. Then came the influencers. Kai Cenat posted a reaction live stream where he broke the drama down like a boxing analyst, even ranking who would win based on hand speed and stamina. Adin Ross offered to host a sit-down between the two, while DJ Academics went wild, claiming, "I got $10,000 on whoever actually swings first." At this point, it wasn't just a beef. It was an event. Online forums, Discord channels, clubhouse rooms. Everyone was chiming in. Reddit had hundreds of pages debating every angle. Was Blueface in the wrong for going public? Is Choppa really built like that? Who's bluffing? Who's waiting? What happens if one of them actually loses? Because let's not get it twisted. The fear of losing is real. For Blueface, if he doesn't back up his bark with a bite, he'll be clowned forever. No amount of reality TV wins or viral antics will save him if he calls out a fade and then gets folded. For Choppa, it's arguably worse. He's built this image of spiritual calm, focus, energy. If he takes an L in front of millions, especially to someone with Blueface's wild, unpredictable energy, it could chip away at his whole brand. Even rappers outside the beef started checking in. Lil Durk tweeted, "Y'all better move smart. One viral swing and the feds be on you." G Herbo said, "Rappers throwing hands? This 2004 energy, I'm here for it." Even NBA Youngboy, who rarely says a word online anymore, allegedly dropped a subtle line in a leaked snippet. "Internet gangsters, y'all don't want to play rough. You tweeting hands, but you hiding the cuffs." Fans think it's about Choppa, but no confirmation yet. And speaking of the legal side, several blogs began reporting that Choppa's label is in full panic mode. Allegedly, there are serious discussions about damage control, insurance clauses, and even postponing future releases. An anonymous label rep was quoted saying, "We didn't sign him for backyard brawls. We signed him for Billboard." Meanwhile, Blueface's camp is leaning into the chaos. He's dropped merch that says 24 hours in bold red text. His stories show him hitting the gym harder than ever. One clip shows him punching a heavy bag while someone off-screen yells, "That's for Choppa." But behind the hype, fans are starting to wonder, what happens if this doesn't end in a fight? What if one of them backs out? What if someone steps in legally and forces a ceasefire? Because right now, this isn't just a fight between rappers. It's a clash of brands, labels, media narratives, and fan loyalty. And the public? They're no longer just watching. They're part of it. Comment sections are flooded with predictions. Polls are running on YouTube, Twitter, and IG asking who's going to win. Entire podcast episodes are being built around this feud. Even sports commentators are weighing in like it's Mayweather versus McGregor. It's no longer just will they fight? Now it's who's going to live stream it? Who's placing the bets? Whose career survives afterward? Because one thing's clear. Someone's walking away with more than bruises. And someone's walking away with a broken brand. Just when fans thought the drama had reached its final round, it took a left hook no one saw coming. The countdown clock was almost up. The pressure had reached boiling point. Blueface was training on camera. Choppa had finally tweeted his "Say Less." Celebs were ready to ref the match. Fans were organizing live-stream watch parties. But then, something leaked. And it didn't come from a fan. It didn't come from a blog. It came from inside Choppa's own camp. At exactly 1:17 p.m., a verified burner account shared a video titled, "NLE Choppa's Secret Sparring Session, The Plan Exposed." The video, grainy but clear enough to make out faces, shows NLE Choppa training with a fight coach in a private gym. He's moving fast, locked in, focused. But what sent the internet into cardiac arrest was the audio in the background. Someone, possibly his trainer or manager, is heard saying, "We'll let Blueface post all his videos. Let him gas it up. Then we hit him with the private location drop, no cameras. And if he don't show, that's a win." Another voice chimes in. "He want content. We want silence. Let's flip the narrative." This clip blew up instantly. Fans were stunned. Was this a plan to bait Blueface? To duck the fight in public while framing him as the one chasing attention? Or worse, was it a setup? Some called it genius. Some called it cowardice. But Blueface, he called it war. He immediately jumped on IG Live, rage in his eyes, pacing again like a caged beast. "So, y'all trying to ambush me? Y'all trying to flip this on some sneaky coward move? I knew it. I knew it. I said this was gonna get weird." And here it go. He then dropped a voice memo on Twitter. "He tried to play chess, but I don't play games. Now we doing it my way. And if I catch you out in public before that location drops, we finishing it right there." Fans went wild. But then came the real twist. Because just 40 minutes later, a third party entered the ring. And this one might change everything. An exclusive clip from Gervonta "Tank" Davis hit social media. Yup, the undefeated lightweight champion. The man who knocks people out like it's a sport. Because it is. Now in the video, Tank sits in his gym, gloves on, looking dead into the camera. "If y'all really want to settle it, I'll host it in my spot. Ain't gonna be no fake ref, no contracts, no YouTube nonsense. Just gloves, rules, and 2 rounds. If you ain't built for that, stop talking." Fans lost it. The comments were instant. Tank stepping in? This beef got real. If Tank hosting, Choppa better think twice. Blueface might be crazy enough to accept this immediately. And he did. Minutes after Tank's post, Blueface responded, "Say less. Tell me when. Tell me where." But Choppa? Silent. No post, no reply, no emoji, nothing. And that silence made things way worse. Reddit started buzzing with theories. One top-voted comment said, "This went from Blueface versus Choppa to Blueface plus Tank versus Choppa's reputation." But just when it felt like the crowd was turning on Choppa, another twist landed like a sucker punch. An audio message, allegedly from Choppa, sent to someone in his crew, now leaked by a close friend turned enemy, according to the poster. The voice in the clip is calm, serious, and deadly focused. "I ain't backing out. I'm just not doing it for show. He got cameras. He want clout. I want silence. I want him shook when I pull up. This ain't YouTube. This ain't boxing. This is real, and I'm taking it there." Cue the chaos. The internet split again. "Okay, Choppa, really about it. That's the energy I wanted. So we going from ring to street? Someone call the cops now. This ain't beef anymore. This is about to become something else." Even academics jumped in. One hip-hop scholar tweeted, "This is a modern manifestation of what happens when unresolved trauma, brand identity, and street loyalty intersect under the microscope of clout culture." Translation? We're watching a mental health crisis disguised as a boxing match. But at the center of it all is the final twist. One of Choppa's ex-girlfriends, who's now doing promo for an upcoming podcast, posted a cryptic reel that sent chills through everyone paying attention. A black screen, a soft voiceover, and one line. You know why Choppa really wants to fight? It's not about Blueface. It's not even about respect. It's about proving something he couldn't say with words. What does that mean? What's the real reason behind this challenge? Is there a hidden rivalry? Is there deeper pain? Did something happen off camera that we still don't know? Because if there's one thing we've learned watching this unfold, it's that nothing in this story is as simple as it seems. And right now, we're standing on the edge of something that might look like a fight, but could become something darker, deeper, and uncontrollable. This isn't just beef anymore. This is the making of history, and not the kind we get in the booth. This is two artists with pride on the line, fans fueling the fire, and a clock ticking louder than both their careers combined. Blueface wanted the fade. Choppa finally said, bet. But now we've got sparring leaks, private audio, and Tank Davis offering to host? This ain't rap drama. This is a war zone, and we want to know where you stand. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Who you got? Blueface or NLE Choppa? Is Choppa playing chess or just scared to swing? Did Blueface go too far, or is he just keeping it real? Is the silence from Choppa calculated or cowardly? Because make no mistake, the next move from either one of these men could end the debate. But until then, the world's watching, and so are you. Hit that like if you think this fade needs to happen, ASAP. Smash that subscribe button because the second this fight gets confirmed, whether in a ring, a gym, or a surprise parking lot fade, you better believe we'll have every update, every reaction, and every twist waiting right here. And share this with your squad, your barbershop, your group chats, because everyone's got an opinion. And this story is far from over. In fact, the real fight might not even be about fists. It might be about egos, legacies, and who's willing to risk it all for their name. And as for you, the viewer, you just became a part of the biggest street-level saga in hip-hop of 2026. Stay locked in, because we've got our eyes wide open, and someone's about to get knocked out. See you at round 2.